So we have some cool products from XGIMI to talk about today. We have the Mogo 3 Pro, the Elfin Flip, and the flagship Horizon S Max, which is what I really wanted to check out today. But we're gonna be going over all three of these, showing you guys some of the features. We have a couple accessories that are really cool as well. And at the end of the video, we're gonna go over why I really like XGIMI, or what really sets it apart from other projectors. So let's get into it. And we'll start with the Horizon S Max, which again is the new flagship projector. So in the box, you have the Horizon S Max projector itself, which is a really nice looking unit. You have a fantastic looking remote. Only downside there, it's not backlit, but besides that, functional, has all the buttons you'd want. And then lastly, you get the power adapter, which is rather large, but we're gonna talk about that in a second because they seem to have a plan for where to put that whenever we use it, whether it be with this awesome ceiling mount we're gonna talk about in a second, or the stand, etc. I do like that the Horizon S Max has the gimbal now. We are able to spin it around 360 degrees, point it up toward the ceiling, straight forward. It makes it a lot more mobile. And then you have two 12-watt Harman Kardon speakers that look really nice on the bottom, and then they disappear when you turn on the electric sliding cover, which is a very unique feature to these XGIMI projectors. I don't know if there's any other projectors that have a sliding front cover like this, so I like the style, I like the look of this. With the cover slid down, now we can see the lens here. This is a dual light 2.0 triple laser plus LED light source that has 3100 ISO lumens. And as a flagship projector, that's very bright, and obviously we're gonna test it in a second and see how nice it looks. But in order to do so, we wanted to set it up in the office, and they actually sent us a ceiling mount, which looks very well engineered. So I'm excited to set that up. Now, as an installer, it was pretty easy for me to set this up on the ceiling. It may not be for everyone. It may not be the most convenient option, but I found it relatively easy to put together. There are instructions on the actual ceiling mount box that you can follow, but more or less we wanted to find a stud on the ceiling to connect it at least to some part, so it was very strong up there. There are 6 different connection points to the ceiling. I ended up putting 2 lag bolts into the ceiling, 1 toggle bolt, and then a couple of anchors, drywall screws in the back. It was really strong up there. It has a nice cover that goes over it, but in order to fit the power pack in there, you kind of have to put that in first and then put the last 2 drywall screws in the back. Otherwise, it doesn't really fit. It kind of drags against the ceiling. And once you have that bracket up on the ceiling, you can put the magnetic decorative box over the top of it for the finished look. And then you have the gimbal bracket that connects to the bottom base plate on the actual projector that then just fits in to the actual mount. So again, it's relatively easy to put together. It has a place for the power adapter. It gets it off of your desk, puts it up on the ceiling. So overall, it's pretty easy to install, and now it's up and out of my way. And now that we have it up on the ceiling, we can show you what the Horizon S Max can do. Now, the Horizon S Max has all of the features that you'd want with regards to it auto-correcting. It has auto screen alignment, autofocus, auto keystone, obstacle avoidance, eye protection, and wall color adaptation. So pretty much anywhere that you can point this projector, it will fit itself, and it will color correct, and it will keep your eyes protected. The only thing that didn't work perfectly was the auto screen alignment. This can be challenging for projectors, but we've seen some projectors that adapt a little quicker and a little better to the screen, although it does take only about 10-15 more seconds to kind of keystone it yourself onto the screen, so not a huge deal. So once we got the screen all set, we pulled back to the home screen to find out it is Android TV 11. So it's not the Google TV operating system that we're used to on a lot of these. So if you need Netflix, I mean, you can always connect a third-party device, but besides that, it's pretty much got every app that you can think of. The one benefit that I liked on Google TV is that if I'm watching something in one room and I come into a different room, that I can resume it here, but oh man, it's tough to go manual and just click on YouTube TV myself and find it there. It's all good, I'm just messing around. Android TV 11 is just fine for the most part, but I like Google TV operating systems better, and I hope that the next unit will have that. But since we're here, we can fire up some sports to see how good this looks and performs. For me, I watch a lot of sports, so whether it's basketball or football, I need this thing to look nice and bright, vibrant, be able to track motion, all of those things. My first instincts are that this is extremely bright. It's very bright in this room, but that's what you get with 3100 ISO lumen, and the Horizon S Max also covers 110% of BT 2020 color gamut. It does have some certifications. It has low blue light certification, low speckle A+ certification, which I do think that dual light source helps. I don't don't notice any speckling when I get close to the screen here. Overall, it looks amazing, to be honest. Now, if you don't like sports, the Horizon S Max is really good for watching movies as well. It is IMAX certified, it is Dolby Vision certified, and when you have those formats along with 3100 ISO lumen, great color, the dual light source, you're obviously going to get a great picture quality, which the Horizon S Max really does have. And if you want to make changes, there's all kinds of options in the menus, all the way from changing picture to sound settings. Obviously, a lot of projectors have menus like this, but it's a relatively good menu. You're able to increase brightness, increase contrast, change picture modes. You're able to go into Dolby Vision and change some settings. One thing that a lot of people will mess around with is the motion compensation, or MEMC. You can turn that on or turn it off, use a little bit of it, whatever you like. So a lot of different options in the menu, but overall, Horizon S Max, I'm a big fan of. Extremely bright. I like everything about it. The only thing would be Google TV operating system. And XGIMI also has the Horizon S Pro, which basically looks the same as the Max. We didn't get that in for review, but basically it has 1800 ISO lumen versus the 3100 of the Max, and it's like $600 less expensive. We'll get to buying advice in a second. I have one other reason that I would get the XGIMI Horizon Max, but I'm gonna make you wait to the end of the video. But for now, let's move on to the Mogo 3 Pro, which is another unit that is actually ultra portable. Now, the only downside is that it does not have an internal battery, but they did send the power base stand that is powered and gives you up to 2.5 hours of playtime. So a couple of neat features about this actual unit is that it has USB-C, so you can connect it to basically any USB-C power, including the base stand. It also has micro HDMI and it has a USB port. So a little bit more portable connectivity on the Mogo 3 Pro. The Mogo 3 Pro is 450 ISO lumen and it is a 1080p resolution. So probably wouldn't use this on a 180-inch screen, but at the same time, it's very potent when you're talking about smaller screens that you'd think you'd be using this for in like more unique situations. And to be honest, the 450 ISO lumen is plenty. It does have Google TV operating system with built-in Netflix, so big fan of that, of course, as I already talked about. And I think that that makes it a very unique device to move around and just kind of play content on. The Mogo 3 Pro has auto focus, auto keystone, auto obstacle avoidance, and auto screen fit, as well as it has eye protection. So if you're staring right into the sun, it's going to turn off, save you guys an eyeball. The Mogo 3 Pro has two 5-watt Harman Kardon speakers, and it actually sounds pretty good for being such a small unit. And one of the most unique features is it has an ambient light mode. So if you're not using it, it kind of looks like a little lamp, which is pretty cool. I like the whole setup of this, especially with the power base stand. I'm a big fan of that. So a really unique projector when you put it all together. So we're not going to always keep it in ambient mode. So we wanted to take it out into the game room and test its gaming skills. And luckily I have a micro HDMI to HDMI from one of my older cameras. So we're able to connect it up to the X Series X and game. And to be honest, it games great. Obviously it looks great on the wall here when compared to the TV that's next to it. Now that TV was not at full brightness as it's like a 2000 nit TV, but you can see here kind of apples to apples that the projector looks really nice. Even at a 1080p, it still looks very sharp and can play all these games, and it has a relatively low lag time. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's under like 25 milliseconds, but more or less, it's very capable of gaming. It looks really nice and it's extremely mobile. So yes, gaming is a great use case. I really think my #1 use case for this would probably just be watching content on the Google TV operating system, and it's very unique looking. I just like the style. I like it on the stand. I'm a big fan of this monopod setup and the fact that it's powered, so you could just pretty much take this anywhere. And before I get to buying advice, let's quickly talk about the Elfin Flip, because that's another unit that was sent to me. Again, a very unique and portable style to this Elfin Flip. You can just pick this thing up and carry it around the house. It does flip up and then it kind of looks not noticeable. All of these units are very neutral in their colors, so they don't necessarily look like eyesores when you're not using them. And I think that's a great benefit of the Elfin Flip. And like some of these other smaller projectors, having a little bit of a gimbal or just being able to angle it up or down is a huge benefit. So I like that. The Elfin Flip has 400 ISO lumen. It is a 1080p resolution projector. On the back, you have an HDMI and a USB input, which is nice. And this one comes with the XGIMI operating system with Netflix. There are two 3-watt speakers, which seems kind of low. I think it sounds fine, but if you want to connect external speakers to it, it does come with Bluetooth 5.1, which is nice. And again, it has all of the auto features we've talked about before: autofocus, auto keystone, auto screen alignment, and auto obstacle avoidance. That built-in stand we talked about has 150 degrees of movement. The Elfin Flip has HDR10 support, so it doesn't have Dolby Vision. But with the XGIMI OS with Netflix, as well as some free TV content, you know, you got some benefits, you don't have all of them. But overall, I think there's a lot of features in this small portable package. So now that we've checked out all three of these units, I want to talk quickly about buying advice. And I want to start with the reason that you'd choose XGIMI over other products. And that is because of the design. Now, all of these products are solid in themselves. They look good. The brightness is great, for example, on the Horizon S Max. And both of the more portable units look really nice and unique as well. I probably prefer the Mogo 3 Pro over the Elfin Flip just because of its cool design and the fact that you can put it on that stand and carry it around. But that's the point. They all look really nice and they're all well designed by XGIMI. So if all things are the same, if you're comparing apples to apples on different products, different companies, I really think XGIMI does a great job with their design on these products. If you look at the Horizon S Max, I love that the electric sliding cover moves down and exposes the lens. I just think it's a really cool design. It looks like these are designed by interior decorators, not necessarily electronics companies. And the same goes for the ceiling mount. It was very easy to install. And if you're going to get products like this that work well together, that look really nice in your room, it's just kind of a no-brainer to consider XGIMI when it comes to buying a projector or some of these accessories, because you can just tell that they put a lot of thought and effort into producing these products. So that's my take. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the Horizon S Max if it's going to be your flagship go-to projector display. And honestly, I like the Mogo 3 Pro if it's going to be more portable. I just like that stand. I like everything that it comes with. I'm a big fan of all three of these. So check out the links in the description below for any of these XGIMI products. And if you have questions, please feel free to ask. I'm always happy to try to answer the best I can. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next video.